I'm Rich.
I'm Jace.
And I'm Danny.
Yeah. So this has been under wraps for a long time.
Yeah.
So Danny's a commission painter. We'll let him do all the talking in a minute. But yeah, Danny approached us and said, "Can I do that for you?" And we're like, "Okay." So we made a Blood Angel army, sent Danny the models, and Danny will take it from there. So Danny, who are you? Why are you doing this for us? And then we're going to go through some photos of the Blood Angel army that you've done for us, which is mint. And then we'll talk about the different levels and that you can do. So yeah. I'm going to hand you over to Danny, and you just sell yourself, sir.
Right, I'm going to try because I'm not very good at selling myself. So I'll get it going. Nostalgia Hammer Studios, all one word, .co.uk if anybody's interested. And, why did I want to do it for you? Essentially, I want to do it for these two gentlemen because their content's brilliant. It's hilarious. I love it. And I'm starting as a proper commission painter, so I wanted to get myself out there with some advertising, and what better place to start than these two goons? It was great.
And what was the first thing you painted for us?
Blood Angels.
No. Bloody black avatar.
Oh yes, no, I forgot about that. Yeah, the charcoal avatar and the
Chaos Lord.
Chaos Lord,
Night Lord.
Which you might have seen if you watched a previous live one. Where it made me
we
quite
unwrapped
happy.
it, didn't we?
Yeah, which I was very pleased about.
Yeah, because we joked about the fact that you can't have a black avatar. He's like, I baked it different.
Yeah, black avatar. Yeah, and I've forgotten where I was, but yeah, it kind of went from there.
But we were like really surprised when you approached us. We're like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you did.
Got to start somewhere.
Bloody brilliant.
I love your channel. The opportunity to help your channel progress and everything else like that is great. Not that I'm any god at painting, but
Thanks to us, mate.
Okay, I'm not saying yeah. And yeah.
So basically, you are a commission painter anyway.
Yeah. 6 years of going with it for various bits and bobs here or there. Yeah.
And you do a vast range of. I mean, because when we contacted, or you contacted us first, you were in the middle of doing Napoleonic 6 mil or something, weren't you?
Yeah. So I mean, I paint everything from historical, current Games Workshop 40k stuff, but classic Games Workshop's really where my main drive is.
So it's a nostalgia thing as well.
It's a big nostalgia thing for me as well, which was also the other reason why I wanted to help you guys out, because of the second edition, now going into third edition as well. That's still got a bit of the nostalgia tickle to it, which is great. And it also, if I'm honest, it was an opportunity for me to have some fun painting some good models.
Yeah, so we did, didn't we? We're looking to, you'll see some photos of the army in a minute, but we're looking to later on expand that with probably a dreadnought or a vehicle. Now, obviously, there's different prices, but they can contact you direct on that.
Everything, all price lists and everything on the websites for a decent guide. And
you do different levels, don't you? So what I'm going to do, hopefully, if I've edited this right, you'll see what's going to come up in a second is a picture of the tactical squad. And the tactical squad, you're saying, is a level 1?
Level 1 for the tactical squad, all troops, basic level.
What's a level 1 for painting?
For painting wise, for level 1 would be a nice solid base colour, everything picked out, so you've got your weapon pouches, purity seals, any little extra bits on them all picked out. A wash applied to everything, either recess shade or all over wash. Reapply base coats if necessary to tidy it up. And then a single colour edge highlight on everything. Everything picked out with an edge highlight.
So how big is contrast between the edge highlight and the base colour? I mean, is it a massive jump up or is it a bit more subtle than that?
I like to go a little bit more of a jump up for a level 1 to make it stand out a little bit more, because if you go on a more subdued edge highlight on a level 1, it may not stand out so much. So I think if you go jump up,
stands out.
So but you don't add white to the base colour then? Do you use a different brown, or do you mix colours?
No, I start off with a grey base coat. Then for the Blood Angel, it's actually Mephiston red base coat with Evil Sun Scarlet over the top. With Evil Sun Scarlet straight over the top of that to fully do it. Bring it up, and then it's just a Wild Rider red edge highlight for level 1.
Bloody hell.
And the thing is, you say level 1, but when you see the model thinking, this is level 1, you don't think it's a level 1 when you
That's
see
good.
it.
That's what. Yeah.
So while we've been talking, I'm thinking I'll keep the photos rolling. So what people are going to see then will be a Devastator squad, hopefully. And again, was there any issues? Because when I done my Dark Angels, the heavy bolters were a pain in the backside to glue.
Yeah, yes. Heavy weapons onto second edition Space Marine Devastators. Pinned, basically. Pinned into the hand, and the heavy bolters are also pinned into the knobbly bit on the bolt on the backpack. Which goes through, so they're pinned in 2 places. The las cannon is just pinned on the hand and then just glued as well onto the little knobbly bit that goes into it, holds that into place, hopefully properly.
The other thing they're going to be seeing is, of course, being second edition, we've got the classic back banners. Now, I know for a fact we didn't supply any because they were all broken from the ones we had. But you've gone ahead and made some.
Yeah, all banners, everything else like that. It's such an essential look, I think, for the second ed that they come as standard, whatever.
That's what I mean. Would you do that as a standard thing then?
Yeah. They're standard because it's such an essential thing. Scratch built.
Yeah.
You know, some paper clips, skull. The Blood Angel banners, if anybody who's watching this is interested, second edition 40k group. Download them, print them, and then repaint over them so it makes them brighter, more vibrant.
Then they definitely do. It looks.
Makes them pop a little bit more.
Yeah, every unit does stand out.
Because I noticed that when I've done my Dark Angels, suddenly having those banners from my Dreadnought and the Death Wing and stuff like that, it's like, oh my god, that looks so cool. And you don't get that with third onwards. They dumped the banners, didn't they?
Yeah, they got rid of all the banners, which I thought was a disappointing one.
So fingers crossed coming up, people have seen, or if I've timed this right, your bikes. Any issues with the bikes then? Because the bikes are level 1 as well.
Yeah, bikes are level 1 as well. Trying to think, was there any issues with the bikes? No, I mean, you got the Sergeant one didn't like to fit on his waist, on the waist of that one very well, but that's just neatly done super glue. You got it in when it cures up. If there's a gap, you can paint over it so you can't see the glue, basically, which is quite nice. Banners again, scratch built. I actually bought some banner sheets, then scanned them, reprinted and repainted them because, as anyone who does second edition knows, that getting hold of original banners and transfers and stuff is ridiculous money.
Now the other thing is we got, and it is beautiful, and I've probably, out of all the ones you've done for us, I think I like these the most, is your Assault Squad. I think it's the yellow, with the yellow helmets. Bang, really stand out.
Yeah, they do, very bright.
Yeah.
Again, Avalon Sunset as a base, can't beat that, I don't think. The Games Workshop Avalon Sunset as a base, and then Uriel yellow over the top of that.
Yeah.
That's just the base coat, with a shading of Lysander yellow, I believe, is the wash.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, it's their yellow wash, but again, any sort of a yellow wash over that. Go over that with the brighter yellow, and then an edge highlight of the Bad Moons yellow on that to make it just go bing. As you got through the levels, it would add on extra levels of highlight as it goes. So, like if you wanted a level 2, then it'd be going up from the all over bright yellow one to then a brighter yellow highlight. Can't think of a particular colour name off the top of my head, but brighter yellow to take it in more, and then as you go up to like the level 3, then it's the more pointy highlights that come down and refine it.
Now going back, probably hope they've seen it, or I've got this, like I say, timed right. The Death Company, is that level 1? Because that's talking about the contrast, the slightly bigger jump in the edge highlighting.
No, Death Company is still level 1 as well.
But you've done that. A slightly higher jump in contrast on the edge highlighting, surely?
Nope.
You're kidding?
Nope.
They look
amazing.
Yeah. Same single colour edge highlight, I just go up again. Instead of using Dark Reaper, which is what you'd normally go, I go straight up to the one that's just above Dark Reaper. So it's a fraction brighter, so it stands out that little bit more. So if you use just the Dark Reaper on it, you've got to look closely, I think, to make it stand out. Whereas if you jump up that little level more, even though it's a single colour edge highlight, it stands out more, so you can see the edge highlight a lot more.
And they do look,
they look amazing.
I mean, like black armour can
the
look
grey
look like, but these that they do they really make you want to look.
I think decals help it pop as well, because that's another thing. All decals are standard regardless of what level it is. Decals go on as standard. I think the decals also help to make it bring that little level up. So you do, like, say for like the unit sergeant and the squad leader, black shoulder pad, yellow decal. whereas the rest of them are just red with the black decals. Same for the banners. You've got the black banner for your unit sergeant, and then the red banner for your squad leader, for the unit leader, so you can combat squad them off and everything else like that.
Now, unbelievably, the chaplain is level 2.
Yeah, that chaplain goes up to level 2, so that's an extra level of highlight for him.
Is that what the levels do? I mean,
Yeah.
Every level gives you a more subtle highlight.
Yeah, It makes the highlights stand out a little bit more, so it gives them a little bit more detail on that one. So just gives them that little extra pop, especially for the Death Company chaplain. One, your opponent wants to know who he's shooting at, and 2, you want to know who you're keeping safe. So that little level plus it's a character.
Well, no, you don't want to keep the Death Company chaplain safe, do you? When you're getting killed, so everything goes on.
That's very true.
It
depends how
it looks. For
a level 2, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So of course the last one is the captain. Now this is a level 3, so this is one down from what we'll talk about a level 4 in a minute, but this is 4's the top notch for you.
4 is top notch. Level 3 would count as box art level, I guess. Yeah, you could say level 3 would be box art.
Would you say heavy metal standard?
No, not quite heavy metal standard.
No, I mean as in what you see in the White Dwarfs. When you see the battle dwarfs and that.
Yeah.
That's what I class as box art.
Yeah. So it's not quite going the whole hog. Well, I mean, you can do if a client were to request it. I can go extra set. So it could be level 1, but say could you add a little bit of something extra to it for this? It's like, yes, you could. Price should be worked out accordingly, but you could still step up a little bit from what you've got without taking it into the next level if you wanted to as well.
I mean, I would literally say your level 2 chaplain looks to me like the box art from the Death Company, actually, or even better. But even the Death Company, you say it's level 1, but when you look at your Death Company and you look at the box art of the original Death Company of it, it's like they look nice. That stands out.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, seriously.
Thank you very much.
And you'll obviously have seen that. Well, hopefully, photos are still coming up. Yeah. So that's that. So I think hopefully now you can see us. So people can contact you through the website, which there will be a link on the bottom of this, and you'll always see this now because Danny with what's it called again?
Nostalgia Hammer Studio.
Nostalgia Hammer Studios are actually going to be sponsoring our channel, so there will be more additional armies coming painted to this sort of level. You can say no, but I'll ask you. It's a bit of a mercy question. So if people are looking at our army, this is 1,500 points that we've worked out with hardly any war gear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's bog standard 1,500 points. At the level we've done for us, have you got any idea of the cost of that for people, or do you rather deal it on a one-to-one basis with the person?
Well, I don't mind saying, to be fair. For what I've done for you, if that was to be paid for, you'd be looking at about 2,500 quid.
Fucking hell. Sorry.
Thereabouts. It's around 2,000.
I feel bad now because I gave him this. When Danny come down for our weekend, I gave him a Ultramarine Codex for nothing. I feel really bad now.
I'll give him a box.
I'm going to give him a hug. Right, that's mental.
It takes a little bit. As I said, you're looking at about six to 8 weeks worth of work roughly to get it all done nicely through.
Mate, that's mental. I didn't. That's just. That's
but remember, like
I
I said, for me, this one initially, pure hobby time. That was the other thing I didn't mention as well. I've been working very hard for the last few years with no downtime at all for hobby time. So doing this for these two gentlemen was also an opportunity to get some enforced hobby downtime. Because it was
so the fact that you paint all day and then to relax you painted our army.
Yeah.
And I struggled in 6 months to get a 1,500 point army done to nowhere near that standard.
Yeah, I enjoy minimum 10 hours a day painting, sometimes creeping up to 14. If I'm busy, it can get more.
Jesus, mate.
Never get tired of it.
You've done all the banners, you've done all the transfers, and all that. Where
that's it's worth every penny.
Yeah, it really does go bang. There's a.
If people have got an army ready to go, but it's covered in paint, do you strip them off?
Yeah, there would be a cost for stripping and everything, but I can fully strip, fully, like, if anything needs repairing, sorting out, that's part, I can do that as part of the service as
and
well.
the painstaking, because everybody talks about the painstaking scraping the mold lines off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice. Do you drill the barrels?
Yeah. Drill the barrels, all barrels drilled, that's standard.
I've got to go back to my Dark Angels. Like,
If a barrel is not drilled, then
It gets
I have PTSD if the barrel is not drilled. I will find, oh, no, that's one. It's nightmares. Recurring nightmares, because I will remember that non-drilled barrel.
oh no, right.
It's not really funny, but this is what you're doing that just for level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where, to me, that's more where you see other guys. They don't do that. That'd be like their higher up levels. Where you're doing your level 1 is almost their level 2 plus.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
definitely. Because I mean, you could do a base color and then just charge for the highlight sort of thing. But that's mental, mate.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the ones I brought extra for our game that we played earlier, they weren't finished by any stretch. Like the edge highlights haven't been done on
I
them.
didn't like to say.
You know, I rushed, like, they haven't been varnished or anything else like that. I got the bases done because I can't have them on with black bases, and I put the decals on so that I could just.
So you,
I could
you'll-
accept it.
You'll force yourself to go back over it, man.
Oh yeah, no, they're finished. Yeah, no, they're getting finished.
So the other thing I wrote down here is bases. So you've done this classic
Second edition.
second edition grass bases with a green rim.
I can't say whether they cost anything because I can't remember off my price list now.
It's not that, but then if someone asks for a specific type of base.
Oh yeah, bases can be like whatever you want them to be. Like, I just did the classic second edition style basing for you because
That's what we wanted.
Yeah, because they don't look right unless they're walking on grass. They have to be on a rubble battlefield with that bit of grass. Yeah, they have to have that bit of grass, whatever they're on. They could be an industrial hab zone. It still has to be grass.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree. Unless it's net grass. But then they say diversion. Right. So that's amazing. Didn't really need that or know that. That's amazing, mate.
Oh yeah, that was funny, mate. That was freaking.
So Harlequin's next. Not a chance.
She mentioned noise marines and
We
such.
did. So the next Ari we're thinking of doing is we'll chat off camera. But the next one, it's looking like it's going to be a 1,500 point Slaanesh based army, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be good. But then it's
That could be
great.
a Christmas special one.
Yeah, but like we said to you, mate, there's no rush. You do it in your own time. You're helping us out, and it's amazing. So we will. I think we might have to do a special second edition to do that army. So we'll actually field that army against Nids maybe.
Well, that would give me a perfect excuse to come over here again, because then I could bring my freshly painted Blood Angels army to face against your freshly painted Noise Marine army.
Yeah.
Could
Although that would be next year.
So what you're realising now, we've now got the opportunity to actually do close-ups of figures.
Yeah. This is our army.
You're going to have to get better lighting.
Yeah, we don't have to do the 6 foot rule, we can do the 3 inch rule.
That's bloody brilliant, mate. I really appreciate that. So fingers crossed, this will get you some work. And contact Danny in the link below. And you've seen how good it is. Hopefully, if I've done this right, you've seen some photos and close-ups of the characters. And to be fair, what you've seen on the screen probably doesn't do the model justice. I mean, Danny sent me these photos, but I've zoomed in, so obviously it might be a little bit fuzzy or whatever. But honestly, when you see them in the flesh, they are amazing.
Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to say. One of the other reasons for helping these guys out, get to both grow. I'm just starting out as serious legit. These gentlemen are progressing their way through. Perfect opportunity. We can both grow
together.
Yeah. But like you said, you don't just do 40k second. You do a big range of everything.
Basically, if it's a miniature and it wants painting, I'll paint it.
There you go. So it's not just preferred second edition stuff, but
Preferred
you
second
will
edition.
paint anything.
Yeah. Except all games are exclusive because I don't like them, but I'll still paint them if I'm painting.
Mike probably didn't pick that up. You're right.
Yeah, that's right.
So from Danny and from what we said again?
Nostalgia Hammer Studio.
From Jace and myself. Cheers, everybody.
See you guys.
See you later.